Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought we would do a 12 by 12 Zoo scrapbook layout. The paper that I'm using for today is from scrapbook.com. So I'm using a couple of different papers from the Cartabella collection, from the dinosaur collection. I'm using the 3x4 journaling cards and Wild and Free. These two are from Echo Park. I have the Wild Live and it's called Wild Strip, and this is from the Animal Kingdom collection. It's called Multi Journaling Cards. I really like this paper, it's so cute, and just everything from Cartabella. I love the material. To start off, my paper does measure 11.5 by 11.5, and I did ink all my edges with my Stampin' Up! Early Espresso. For my first piece, I'll go ahead and center it. It does measure 9 3/4 by 9 3/4. But look at this paper. How cute is this? So pretty. I can't really tell if it's centered, but you know what? It's going to be all right. Next, I do have two pieces. For my first border, it measures 11.5 by 3 inches. For this one, it does measure 11.5 by 1/2 inch. Now for this, I want a little bit of the bottom piece to show for my centerpiece, so I'm going to put it about there, and then we'll do that. I'm covering up the little girl. She's so cute. The little elephants. Some of these pieces of paper, I feel so bad about using them. I was looking over like my collections that I have just to see what I kind of would need in the future. Kind of like taking stock of what I have. And oh my gosh, I have so many pretty paper that I do not even want to touch. But we're not doing that. I have this, I'm working on a Christmas layout right now, and I have this beautiful paper from Cartabella, Christmas paper that I've been saving. I'm not kidding you, about 6 years, because it's just so beautiful. Yesterday I grabbed it and I started cutting it up, and it hurts so bad. But when I really love a paper, I usually buy it multiple times, and I had like 3 or 4 pieces of the same paper, and I thought, this is ridiculous. I need to use it. So I did. Next, I'll go ahead and back this on a piece of 12 by 12 craft cardstock paper. Next, I do have my tag. For my tag, it does measure 5 1/4 by 7 inches. And on my silhouette, I did do internal offset. For the inside, it does measure 3 by 4.5, and then I do have a little journaling card. Even the journaling card is so pretty. I love it. Now, all the pieces that I'm using for today, it's quite a bit of it, so I'm going to leave the information on the description down below just in case anybody's interested. For those of you who don't know, I try to link the products if I can. So always look in the description just in case you're interested in any of the files. I do have 2 little cuties. For my little girl, she does measure 3 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. For my little boy, he does measure 3 by 1 3/4. Now in their little faces, I did use peachy keen stamps and I popped them up on foam tape. Now I do have 2 little palm trees. They do measure 3 3/4 by 3 inches. You know what? I'm going to glue down my tag. I feel like I'm covering up all my pretty little paper. This is why I struggle to use it, because it's so pretty and I don't want to hide it. A couple of years ago, my sister-in-law had invited us to the San Diego Zoo. It was my niece's birthday party, and we all went. It was my parents, my brothers, their families. We did one of the private tours. It was amazing. The kids really enjoyed it. And I have so many pictures. Next, I do have my title. It does measure 4.5 by 7 1/4. Go ahead, put it here. This is such a pretty looking title. So many details. Oh. Next, oops, I did, on my silhouette, I did duplicate from the title. I just went ahead and made it a little bit bigger and just duplicated these items. So put one and one in the corner. And then these, I went ahead and popped them up on a thin layer of foam tape. I use these all the time because they're so thin. They don't make your layouts like bulky or anything. And lastly, I went ahead and duplicated the top part of my palm trees. Oops, and made them a little bit smaller. And then I popped them up on foam tape, just because. And there you have it. This is my 12 by 12 zoo scrapbook layout. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day.